Hello everybody, my name is Sylvia and I was inspired today to do a video about depression and special need parenting. And if you don't know me, if you're new to the channel, my name is Sylvia. My son, he's right there playing, is 22 years old and he has a condition called recessive dystrophic. Epidermolysis Bullosa. I know it's a mouthful. Not a handful, a mouthful. So as one might imagine, in 22 years, and he is actually going to be 23 in November, I've been through a lot of different kinds of depressions. And depression with dealing with grief, because my first baby was stillborn at full term, and depression, special need parenting is very different from clinical depression. One of my cousins, actually he was my second cousin, on my mom's side, he suffered from bipolar disorder, and he ended up committing suicide actually. And so I know that is very different than the special need or grief. Grief or special need depression is something that if we didn't have, we wouldn't be humans. If I didn't grieve over my son's death, I would be just maybe a sociopath, because sociopaths, as we know, they don't have feelings. And so we need to realize what we can do to help ourselves. And the first thing that I would say, especially if you have a little baby with a lot of problems, if you have family nearby or friends that are able to help you, even to just go out and see a movie, or just take a bath, or somebody to come over and watch the baby while you do something that is not related to being a mom or a dad, case may be, I strongly suggest doing that. When Nicky was born, my family was in Europe, and they still are. And Nicky's dad's family was in another state. And so after the first year of Nicky's life, I was a wreck. I was a complete wreck. The first time I actually did an outing was to go see Titanic. That's how long ago that was. That's how long I've been dealing with this. So this was like a late 1997. That's the first time I went out. And Nicky was a little over 1 year old. And I was able to leave him home with Daddy. Daddy loves his son a lot. But he was afraid to be left alone with him. And so, of course, now it's a different story. But this was back when Nicky was little. And we didn't really even know that much about his condition. And there was always we had been to the emergency room several times. It was just a nightmare. The first year was a nightmare. So if you have family that can help you, friends that can come over, just do yourself a favor and do that. Besides that, I would say, for many years, I didn't feel like I needed antidepressants, and I know I didn't. But there came a point several years ago where I was just drowning myself in just alcohol. I was just, it's not like I would ever even get drunk or anything. I would just love to have that drink at night, and at times I still do. But I think I just wanted to forget all the pain my son was suffering through. So I think getting into an antidepressant helps. I know it helps me a lot, because if there have been times where I didn't get a prescription filled in time, whatever, and then next thing I know, I'm crying every day, and I'm like, what is the matter with me? And then I'm like, oh, I haven't been taking my pill in 3 days. And so I know it helps. So you can try different things, and I'm sure your psychiatrist can help you. And that helps you because if you're a happier mom, you're a better mom. And it's always a big thing. Now with me, I'm pretty much stuck at home because Nicky could need me at the flip of a dime. He could need me. I was okay this morning. I was doing my things. Next thing I know, Nicky needed some stuff, and it took me an hour to get him all settled. So I never know what Nicky needs. I can leave him alone, for an hour, a couple maybe, but it's not like I can go far away. It's not like I can go to LA or something. I need to make sure my husband is home or my other son is home. My other son is 16 now, so he can very well take care of his brother and give him meds or whatever he needs. And everything else can wait. Another thing that I do that helps me a lot is I take baths. And it's just amazing to me how much that help. I just read. I have like a little library by my bath, and I just read different books. And that helps me just not think about things. I mean, I read a lot of books, and I'm amazed how much they help. I'm amazed I didn't do that before. I mean, I always loved reading, but it's just really taken up a whole new level in the past few years. I've learned so much about different things. I love biographies. People have gone through things. I love that. Of course, any book about EB I devour because I need to know. Or even special need moms. What other special need moms go through? Because what I go through, of course, is maybe a little different than what other special need moms go through. My son, mentally, he's okay. He's very smart. But he can't do anything physically. He's in a lot of pain all the time, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge. But I know we just soldier on every day, right? It's like, okay, it's a due day. It's our normal. The changing of the bandages, taking care of their wounds is just our normal. Another thing I think helps is having the mindset of love and fun. I try not to get too bogged down by the news. I try to start each day with a laugh, or this is why I started my sleepingangel.com website. I love quotes, and they really help me start the day in a positive frame of mind. I think this is good for any parent, but I think with special need parent, you need to just laugh. I remember when I first lost Alex, as a matter of fact, I couldn't watch any show, like ER, for example. I couldn't watch ER. So the show Friends became my friend, and so much fun. So much fun. I just want to laugh. Because life goes on. What are you going to do? You're going to cry all the time, It's just, I just need to be strong for my son. And so we just move. I think I wrote down a couple of other things. Baths, distractions. Distractions are huge. Of course, my favorite show of all time is Outlander. I have the tartan back there. Outlander, oh my God. I could watch that show every day. But just becoming like almost obsessed about a TV show or even a book or anything that takes your mind off it. It's huge. It's huge, especially if you're stuck at home like I am. I'm just stuck at home all the time. So I'm trying to think what I'm watching right now. Right now I'm watching the Dead Files, and I didn't know it was like on the 12th season or something. So I've been watching them, and it's pretty interesting. And then a show that I'm watching right now, the Divorce with Sarah Jessica Parker, because I loved Sarah Jessica Parker. Of course, there's only like a few episodes of that. My next one on the list to watch is Jamestown, and I don't even know if I'm going to like it. I taped everything. We'll see what happens. And of course, Netflix is my friend. I love lots of shows there. Just distract yourself. Just, if you can, I wish I liked to cook more, because I know I would love to just create things. And I don't dislike cooking. I bake, I cook for my husband every weekend. I do things, but it's not my passion. I'm like, then I have to clean afterwards. So I try that. And then, of course, the last thing I wanted to talk about was also the outings. And again, having an outing, it depends on the situation you have at home. if your child is school age, like when Nicky was going to school, I would go to the mall or I would go see a movie. You know, I would try to do something to take my mind off things. And yeah, that's basically it. Just try to get out with friends, even just a lunch here and there. It's huge. And for those that don't know what my son has, in closing, he has, like I said, recessive dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa. He has the generalized severe form, which means he makes no collagen type 7 at all. He makes none of it. They even did genetic testing. He makes none of it. So that's fantastic. What that collagen 7 does is it glues the layers of the skin together. So we all have the epidermis, and what's below is the dermis. The dermis is a lot thicker. And what holds those two layers of skin together is collagen type 7. So he makes none of it. So that means that at the moment you do this thing, I mean, if you do this, it's okay. If you press on it, it's okay. But the moment you shear it, you're shearing that epidermis off, and even a little bit of dermis off, like wet tissue paper. It comes right off, and it leaves a second-degree burn-like wound. And I've talked about this in my books. And anyway, that's all. And if you want to, I'll be having other topics that I'm going to talk about to help special need parents. I know it's a rough road. It's a very rough road. Just press subscribe and press the little bell to get notified. And that's it for now.